YarnTubers, welcome back to Dana's Wanderlust Crochet. We're trucking and talking about crochet. What's the date today? The 19th? Is it Sunday the 19th? That means tomorrow when I'm sitting, I need to Uber to the nearest post office to get those crocheted Christmas ornaments and cards mailed out. Means I haven't failed yet. But we're getting close. I pulled over to get some steak and some pork going in the, see that right there? That's the air fryer / microwave. And I've got some coffee perking because Robin sent me some some pecan flavored coffee yesterday. Thank you, Robin. And I am, let me switch this to all live chat. Okay. And I'm going to try it today. I'm going to try it not quite full strength. 2 of my little coffee scoops of the bourbon. Good morning, Melissa. 2 of the scoops of the bourbon and 1 scoop of my U-Bend. Let me turn you around. Okay, here we go now. We're down here south of Salem, north of Albany. Are we north of Albany? Yeah, we're north of Albany. On I-5 in Oregon. Okay, so how I do this is kind of a wide spot that goes over the exit here is to a rest area, and a lot of us don't want to pull into the rest area. We just pull off into this wide spot, but the way to get back out on the freeway is to pretty much get onto that on-ramp, not try to get into traffic from right here over that fog line. Yeah, I found it's easier to just slip into this on-ramp right in front of that Jeep, and then turn on my signal. Yes, I actually use signals to change lanes or to merge. Huh, weird. It's called intent. Notification of intent. And it helps people read traffic. It helps others around you read traffic. And it helps me read traffic when others actually use their turn signals. I don't care how obvious it is. I don't care that you're doing that stupid move of going clear to the end of the lane to force yourself in. Whatever. That is a stupid move, by the way. Get over with your turn signal as soon as possible. Good morning, Hannah. Yeah, sorry, that's my rant. Watch me use my turn signal. This is how it works. Hi, Paula. Must be later where you're at. It's 9:15 right here. Okay. Oh, that's right. You're in New York. Oh! Everybody put on your seatbelts today. I don't want any on-the-job injuries in my truck. Yeah, those blueberries off to the right there are so red. Most of the leaves have fallen off of them now, but a couple of weeks ago I went by. Oh, there they are again. And they were, oh my goodness, they were like mini maple trees. Yeah, you're 3 hours ahead of me. Oh, and they're still, even though most of the leaves have fallen off, they're still very red over there. I love that. I think that was amazing. Is it afternoon there? Okay. Well, it's 9:15 here, and at 10:30, I actually attend my church. The Oregon City Church of Christ goes live. They go live on Facebook and on YouTube, and I attend. I've got my little communion cups up here. Wafer and fruit of the vine. For worship service. So, and I need to I'm going to contact one of the elders and his wife I think they're going to be the first ones I contact to go over Bible study portion of the Noah scarf. So I'm going by the Millersburg exit. It's actually the exit north of Millersburg. We call it the Millersburg exit because it's the exit the guys in my company use to go to what we call our Millersburg drop yard, which is here just past the Loves. Watch this guy get cranky with me. Sorry, but just changing lanes all the time is worse than everybody hitting the brakes to accommodate you. I've got 9 minutes left on the steak and pork in the air fryer, and looks like the coffee's ready. So anytime I want to pull over and try that new coffee that Robin sent me yesterday. Picked up this load this morning. It was kind of confusing because of the scales. Well, I hadn't slid the tandems back, but last night when I rolled it over the scales there, our personal scales, it showed that my tandems were 1,400 pounds overweight. And I can only adjust that so far to be legal going into California, and I was pretty angry. First of all, I was angry that I had to deal with weekend dispatch at all. And I was angry because some local driver picked up this load at the shipper and dropped it in the yard, and part of their job, if you have a load in your possession that needs to be scaled, it is your responsibility to scale it. And when the load itself weighs 44,000 pounds, hello, that's like right at the max. Right at the max. My gross weight is over 79,000 pounds right now, and the legal limit is 80,000. So yeah, he put me in a spot where I rolled over with the tandems not adjusted, but I knew that I had to get an official weight before I went back to the shipper to have it worked. So I adjusted it back to the California legal line, and then I went over to the scales at Jubit's, and I am like within 100 pounds of being legal. I mean, I'm legal. I'm within 100 pounds of not being legal. So I rolled with it. I just rolled with it. I got a scale ticket that shows me that I am not overweight by 100 pounds. I mean, it's close. That's it. That's it. Come on over in front of me doing 40 miles an hour. There you go. There you go. Why do people not know how to merge? This should be part of driver training. You know, there are so many people using the freeways, even to go someplace local in their local town, that learning to merge. People, I don't care what the sign says, we cannot be changing lanes willy-nilly. We can't do that. We try, but we can't just, because the number one move that results in some kind of incident is changing lanes. That is the number one action that causes an accident. Maybe they're driving, speed is a huge factor. Updating their Facebook status is a huge factor. But changing lanes and merging, number one. Can't stand it. Can't stand it. So what's everybody working on today? Let's quit ranting about, I'm going to quit ranting about the drivers. So I got to deal with them every second of every day. I would rather live through all of you and pretend like I'm crocheting right now. Oh. So what's everybody working on? Ooh. Working on a throw blanket, and I think you told me that the other day. I have got So yesterday during our live, I finished putting all the squares together for that sunflower blanket, and last night I put 2 rounds of single crochet, which is chain 2 in the corners, for a border, and I'm going to do at least 1 more, maybe 2 more rounds, and then it will be time to weave in the ends, and hopefully I have that done before I come back up I-5 on this trip. And the gal I'm giving it to can meet me on I-5, and she can have it. She's been waiting several months for this. I'll have to look and see when she sent me that picture. She was just like, I have to have this. Okay, well then I have to make it for you. And I am happy to do it. Because seriously, with the time I've put into it and the amount of yarn, if I was to price it fairly for anybody, it would be well over $1,200 for the blanket. Hi, Dawn. Big on a dinosaur lovey for grandkids. Nice. Do it a couple weeks. Friend's grandson. Gotcha. So I missed yesterday by 15 minutes. That was a beautiful. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, I really like how that turned out, and I just took the Crochet 365 blog post. She has a blog post. If you Google or search for Crochet 365 and Knit 2 is the name of her blog, and I purchased or downloaded whatever the ad-free version of the Sunburst Granny Square, like it's a bag. Her pattern is for a bag, and I turned it into a blanket because somebody else had done that too, judging from the picture that my friend sent me. And instead of a creamy white background, I did it in the olive green, and it's done in I Love This Yarn. Hi, Stephanie. Put on your seatbelt, Stephanie. We're going over some bumps. So I just converted, and I'm doing it just like the picture, doing the same border, same single crochet join. Oh. Okay. So yeah, here I go down I-5 again. I-5 again, up until either we lose the feed or I get a phone call, or until 10:30. Because at 10:30 I am basically going to church via the live feed. So I'll be doing that. Jack would have loved some cookies. He was a cookie dog. He liked cookies. So did Dooley. He was a cookie dog. He was very good at chewing up cookies. He was always so proud of himself when he got a cookie. Maybe one of these days, I'll pray about it, but maybe one of these days a dog will present itself that is right for me. I thought that that blue Welsh Corgi was going to present himself to me as my next dog, but that hasn't happened. That guy hasn't called me. We'll see. Made it down to the Lebanon Corvallis exit. 228. Exit 228. That means I've got 228 miles to go until, you know, there are dogs that I have had that I felt like were my kind of breed, and there were dogs that I've had that really weren't. And yeah, we've had pit bulls pit bull terriers, loving dogs. Loving dogs. But I don't get that relationship. I don't get that connection. And I love them, and I meet other people's pit bulls, loving dogs. I don't get that connection feeling like I do with a blue heeler or a corgi. There's a couple other breeds. Pit bull's just not one of them. Kind of a personal thing. There's nothing against pit bulls, and we've had a couple of them. We had a couple of them growing up, they were great. They were great dogs. My brother loved them. In fact, that's my brother's preferred breed for their family dog. They've had a couple of them. They had Diesel, and now they got another one. I can't think of his name. I can't think of his name. Anyway, and those boys, that family, they love those. Yeah. So, that's your connection. That's a breed that you kind of have a personal connection with. As much as I love the pit bulls that we had, it's not my love breed. Does that make any sense? Nothing against pit bulls at all. Not at all. Someone suggested a Doberman the other day, and the Dobermans I've met have been such sweeties. They have been such little love bugs. I mean, long-legged, good-looking dogs, but not my love breed, Corgis and heelers have been my love breed. I appreciate, border collies, but they're not my love breed. Definitely not into Labradoodles. Other people love them. I know a couple people who have Labradoodles, and they are great. They are great dogs. Our friend Angela has one named Molly. Great dogs, but not my love breed. Yeah, and I don't, just because they're not my breed of choice, no condemnation. That's your thing. That's like Karen loving liver and onions. I don't love liver and onions. It's not my thing, but I can appreciate, knowing that that's something that she loves. Just not my taste. Oh, I love looking at these trees in the fall. Love them! I gotta find a place to pull over again up here because I need to get me a cup of coffee fixed. And I need to get that steak and pork out of the air fryer so that I can eat them up. Do you guys see the little raindrops hitting the windshield? Looks like we're underneath a rain cloud here for at least a mile or two. So, as far as crochet goes, my priority is to, number one, I should be shutting down really early tomorrow before my delivery. Heelers are babies for me, and so are corgis. I love corgis. And I have a way to train them to get up in and out. I've got this fold-up set of stairs for them to get up, for a corgi to get up in and out of here. It's the same thing I did for Dooley when he started having back problems. And, somebody yesterday was like, they shed so much. Well, heelers have a double coat, and they shed. Oh my goodness, do they shed. And I know about the corgis. Dawn, I am heading south. I left Portland this morning. I'm on I-5 in Oregon. And I'm down past Albany, past Lebanon. I'm headed towards Eugene right now in Oregon. Actually, I'm headed up. Hopefully I can make it to Redding, California. idea to get down to Reading and then get down to Lodi tomorrow, and then quickly, as quick as possible, go deliver this load at Stockton. That's the plan. I'm going to try to get at least to Reading, if not Cottonwood, tonight. I did send them. I sent them a couple days ago, or yesterday, or the day before. Yeah, I sent them. Well, I'll send them again if I need to. I'm my lucky. It took me 2 years to get L.O.C plus. Okay. Well, I'm not going to push it. When a dog presents itself to me, I will know. Mom just shared a video with me, but I can't look at it right now. Can't look at it right this second. See that dark cloud up above us? We're about to get out from under us, and then these, it looks like it's stopped sprinkling. The little tiny raindrops are getting fewer and fewer on my windshield. So yeah, we're getting out from under. Oh, that's nice. Thank you, Dawn. Yes. So yeah, I'm going to try to make it to at least Reading, if not Cottonwood or further tonight. I want to get a full 9.5 hours today. Depends on how tired I get at the end of the day. I get pretty tired. But next rest area or something, we're going to pull over. We're going to reboot my coffee with this new coffee that Robin gave me, and I got to get that steak and that pork plate and then cut up into bite-sized pieces so that I can snack on it going down the road. And then roll on. That's what I'm doing. And if I'm not too tired when I get parked tonight, I'll start on those Christmas cards with those ornaments and get them ready for tomorrow. So that I'm not late. Because today is the 19th, correct? Yes, today's the 19th. Tomorrow's the 20th. Like I was saying in the beginning, hi Amy. Let's hope I don't fail. Let's hope I don't fail. Here's we're coming up to the Brownsville Halsey exit, southbound I-5. That exit to go pick up out at Georgia Pacific. There's a paper mill. I can see the sacks from here, where that paper mill is. That whole routine's pretty easy. You just go in, drop your trailer, grab your loaded, head on out, do your loaded call. There's a truck stop right here off this exit called Pioneer Villa. I like it. It's an old-timey truck stop and restaurant, trucker restaurant, trucker food, and a motel. And then there's the little convenience store, mini mart next to the fuel islands. 3 different buildings. Pretty decent place to stop. One of the last places left that isn't, gobbled up by a big chain. Okay, look, everybody, hang on, you guys. Okay. Yeah, so that's today, in an hour, I'll be listening to the worship service. I can even take communion here on the truck. Got that up here in the upper cupboard, right above me. So I can do that while I'm on the road. Yep, there's Pioneer Villa off to the left. Pretty good little truck stop. It's not huge, but it's, oh, and they even have a tire shop there. A tire shop, a travel lodge, a restaurant, pretty good sized truck parking lot. It's all gravel. And it's surrounded by sheep pastures and hay fields. It's my kind of truck stop. So, those ornaments, those Christmas ornaments getting mailed out is my #1 priority today and tomorrow. And then it's finishing up the borders on the sunflower granny blanket and weaving in the ends so that hopefully I can meet with her and her husband on my way back up I-5 to give her that blanket. And then, what am I doing? I'll probably do a couple of dishcloths just to do something small in between the big ones, and then I'm starting, hopefully by then I will have some input on the Bible study portion of the Noah scarf, and I will start going through that whole process of Bible study with crochet and get the Noah scarf completed and written and to the testers just as soon as possible. And then probably do a couple of, I still have to publish, edit, do the final edits, especially on that order for the 3-in-1 kitchen linen pattern that was just tested, and upload that as a free download on Ravelry. I need to get that done. I'll probably do that when I'm home. I need to have a meeting with my girls about Pacific Northwest Yarny Social in October of next year. So then dishcloths, and then probably start hitting that Montana blanket pretty good after I get the scarf done. Robin and I have made noises to each other about doing a scarf challenge in February and in January and February. Basically, it'll just be, hey, crochet a scarf and either, do the leaving it somewhere in public for the I'm not lost, I'm yours kind of thing, the warm up America, the from something, the chill to any of those things. Donate it to the homeless or to a veteran or something. That's what the scarf challenge will be in January and February, and I'm going to use the Noah scarf for that. And next year's fair blanket is going to be that Montana blanket. Plus, I want to kind of reblock some of the flowers on the fruit garden blanket and enter it in the state fair, because by the time I got it back from the county fair, it was too late to turn it in to the state fair. The days overlapped right there, so but I can still enter it in the state fair in 24. I need to start paying for the crochet cruise. I'm waiting for Robin needs to get all the information gathered and post it or give it to me so that I can start sharing it. I can share it out if I have all the information. I need to call this gal back so that the travel agent, so that I can book my solo room and get my excursions all, booked, all the extras that I want, and then start paying on that every month. It's interest free, which is the only reason I would agree to making those payments. And that crochet cruise is supposed to happen in like the second to third week. It's a 7-day cruise in April of 2025, and it is an Alaskan 7-day cruise. that begins and ends in Seattle. So if anybody's interested in that, stay tuned to me and Robin and the Rad Girls. You know, like I've saved up, what, $350 to put down, and then I can just start paying interest free for my cruise. And Robin says she's going to do a workshop, and then our friend Diane is going to do a workshop about, you know, your hands, crocheting in your hands while we're on there. And it's not like we booked it as a special cruise event. It's each individual will book their own cruise, and we're all crocheters, and we do plan on doing these 2 workshops. But like I plan on taking, we're going up the Inner Passage, and I plan on taking an excursion or 2 while I'm on that cruise, because I've never been to Alaska, and I'm hoping my loser friend Laura from Mad Mimi's Crochet will join us, because she's the first person I'm going to send the information to, because man, I want to see that lady. I want to get my arms around that girl just as soon as possible. She's my favorite loser crocheter. I love her. Oh, yeah, I need to pull over. We're coming into the Coburg exit. I think it's the Coburg exit. But I need, like, a wide spot or a rest area so I can get some coffee and some, some steak. Steak and pork. Get that cut up so that I can munch going down the road, so that I'm not tempted when I say what? My loser friend Laura? Is that what you're talking about? My loser, the biggest loser in the world of crochet, my friend Laura? I love her. She's my favorite loser. Oh, the other day I was in a live, and in the chat she goes, "Look, everybody, it's the biggest crochet loser ever." Talking about me. Oh, I want to see her. So yeah, I've got to, tomorrow I need to, that's something else I got to not forget to do tomorrow, is call that travel agent and get the ball rolling on that. So I'm doing this stack of dishcloths for a couple of friends of mine. And what else do I got going on? I got so many things going on. I've got tutorials. I've got this Happy Place yarn from TL Yarn Crafts, Tony. Oh my goodness. I can hardly wait to decide on what I want to make, what kind of pattern I want to write, to do a yarn review and tutorial with that. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah, and of course she types in all caps, right? So all capital letters. Look everybody, it's the biggest loser. It's the biggest crochet loser right there. She's so funny. That all started because a bunch of us on Zoom, that whole Zoom chat thing when Sharon was still alive, we were, a couple of us were working on, not the fruit garden, I think it was the Phoenix, because I had already done the art, and I started pointedly quizzing Laura. So, how far are you? What round are you on? Okay, good, I'm still ahead of you. And she's like, oh, so this is a competition, okay. And then Julie with Captain Stitches joined us. And so we're racing to the end, and oh, Laura is just like walking away from us. She's so far ahead. And finally, about, I don't know, 6, 8, 10 rows short of being completely done, I said, okay, that's good enough, I'm done. So I finished first. And then Laura did this whole video on the crochet wars of 2020. I think it was 2020. It's called The Crochet Wars. And it is hysterical. I think it's done to like Star Wars music. And you know, it showed a picture of me wearing my tinfoil hat with horns on it, and a picture of Julie. Julie never has a funny look on her face, so she looked great. Julie ended up having a very serious health issue before we were done, but like 1 or 2 years later, she finished that blanket, and Laura and I are like, well, we're both losers because Julie's the real winner here. She was. That was amazing that she finished that blanket, and she has amazing, you know, beautiful stitch work, and we were just so impressed that she was able to bounce back from these massive health issues that just came on her. Really, it was very sudden. And look at that Market Express right there. I wonder if that's that loser who didn't scale this load yesterday. Don't know. Not worried about it. I'm gonna do this so that it'll stay running. Okay, just do it. Just get. Come on. Go off duty. Dun 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 dun. Done. Okay. Go in the sleeper berth. Save. I'm gonna leave you guys hanging right there, but I'll turn you around. Actually, that looks like it's a team. Yeah. That's a team. Okay. I'm gonna cut up that steak and get my coffee. Okay. Okie dokie. Let's unplug this. So that's what the Crochet Wars were all about, and why we call each other loser. She's my favorite loser. Favoritist one. I gotta get my salty chocolate out and some butter. Get my butter knife out here. And finally I got my fridge filled yesterday. I stopped at Safeway in Damascus, Oregon, and got food for the next week. Put in the fridge. Lots of ribeyes, chicken tender, like these bacon wrapped chicken tenders like I had this morning. And some of this super thick bacon that Albertsons and Safeway is selling at their meat counter, and it is the thickest stuff I've ever seen. I buy 4 pieces of this bacon, 4 pieces, and I cut each piece into thirds, and I can only cook a couple at a time because it is so rich. I mean, oh my goodness. And I don't like the applewood one because that one's like too rich. I almost can't eat that. But you cook that up and it's crispy on the outside and tender on the inside. And oh my goodness, it's so good. It's the bestest stuff. I got the butter. I got my chocolate electrolytes. And my cup. Oh, that smells really good with that pecan. It's going to be chocolate pecan. My chocolate electrolytes. Let's put this up here. Lid on it. Coffee pot's hot. My butter knife away. Then I need to get my ceramic knife out. That way so it doesn't fall over. And my fork and my plate so that I can get my steak out. Bacon wrapped chicken tenders are good even though they've got just a little bit of diced up jalapeno. They're chicken and pork wrapped with bacon. And they cook up really nice in the air fryer, but they've diced up a little bit of jalapeno to put in there for flavor. I don't know. It's in there in the pork, and I could really go without the jalapeno, but it's okay. It's a flavor. It's good. Put a paper towel in there to soak up the grease, and then I'll wipe it out later. Okay, I gotta cut out my steak, and then we'll be back on the road. That was so tasty. Okay. I just cut it up into bite-sized pieces so that I can snack on it. Because I can't eat it all at once. I have to eat and rest and eat and rest. Okay. Gotta cut it that way. Oh, I'm going to taste this bourbon coffee and see. What does this taste like, Robin? That is so good with the chocolate in it and the pecan. That makes me think of the holidays right there. Oh! Thank you, Robin. That is amazing coffee. Oh! The pecan flavor in that. Now, I do have some low-acid bourbon pecan in the cupboard here, along with the pumpkin spice coffee from Trader Joe's. That's they're probably not selling anymore right now. I don't know. Maybe they sell it for Thanksgiving. I don't know, but it's very seasonal coffee. That's really good. That's what I've been drinking every day for weeks at a time now. Mixed in with my U-Ban. I like how low acid the U-Ban is, and oh my goodness, that is amazing coffee. Ah! And she sent that to me from Amazon. Maybe she's got an Amazon link she can share with you guys. Maybe on Bingo tomorrow night. She can put that in the chat or in the description box or something. Which coffee she sent me. Oh my goodness, that is good. Okay. I'm ready to roll. Let's hit the road. Next stop is the Flying J in Oakland, Oregon, Rice Hill. And I'll get fuel there and probably take a 30, and then I'm going to head on down to Redding or Cottonwood or something. I want to do a full day today, since it's the first day back on my 34-hour reset. And I like to run on recaps. Not everybody understands what that means, and it's complicated. It means I don't have to sit for 34 hours at the end of the week and do a reset on my DOT clock. I wonder what the team's doing. 11:47. I saw them at the yard last night with their curtains pulled, hooked to a trailer, so I don't know what they're doing. Yeah, I had to stop and cut up my steak. Sorry, the lounge. Okay. Yeah, I was getting my coffee. This stuff is fabulous. Oh my goodness, that is good. Ooh! And I had to get my steak and pork out of the air fryer. Now we're gonna roll again. Let's get you guys set up so we can just turn and go. Turn and burn. See, there's a market truck right there to my left. I need a little AC in here. Boy, this rest area is busy. Let's see if I can get out of here without killing anybody. Saving lives every day by choosing not to kill anybody. They must be in the back, in the bunk of that truck. They're not up front. Maybe they're swapping drivers. Not very far. They didn't get very far from the yard. A couple hours. A lot of people living in vehicles these days. Some are doing it by choice as an adventure, whether it's an RV or a van build or something. Like there's a van right there up there parked to the right in front of those bathrooms. Don't back out into me, dude. He's got an air conditioner, he's got an awning, little storage on the back, tinted windows. He's got one of those signal extender antennas for picking up a better cellular signal. Those look really expensive, but I bet they're cute and nice inside for little excursions. Some people live in those full time. Like me, but I live in a big, ugly, janky thing. Big, ugly, janky, 36-foot Class A. That's the yarn bus. Everybody got their seatbelts on? We all being safe? Don't do anything that'll give me a ticket. That's tasty. Good. Thank you, Melissa, for not being a rule breaker like that Stephanie. She's a rule breaker. Fun. She's a good sport. Okay, that's cool enough. Of course not. Do not follow her example. She's a bad influence on all of us. She talks us into buying yarn we don't need, starting a project when we have 20 others going on, not wearing her seatbelt or her helmet. Duct tape her to the seat. I was just thinking that we need the bungee cords and the duct tape so I don't get a ticket, because Stephanie's hanging out the window yelling and waving and drinking and attracting attention to the truck. At least the sun's out, not too many clouds. I had a little sprinkle earlier, but that's it. Look how green these fields are. It's amazing. pretty green. And there's a couple nights that she didn't throw hay to the horses because they had a lot left to clean up. And I'm looking at these green fields and I go, oh no, how could you? Those horses probably thought their throat was cut. Because they certainly got a lot of green grass to graze on and a lot of leftover hay they're wasting. And she doesn't throw a lot. It is pretty out. She doesn't throw big flakes of hay. She throws pretty thin flakes. Twice a day, and then there's like a grain, vitamin, you know, there's a feed that she will feed a little bit in the morning. Not a whole lot, because they do have a lot to eat. But just naturally out there in the pasture. It's amazing. It's like the year, 1 year. Hi, Roseanne. I had some horses being boarded there at my place in Colorado, and the pastures, for some reason that year, we had pasture. I didn't feed those horses for 6 months. I didn't have to. I kept an eye on them. I made sure they were, you know, keeping their weight healthy. They had water. I checked on the horses several times a day. That was my job. My job as someone who was, you know, allowing people to board their horses there. I needed to keep an eye on them. I needed to watch their weight. I needed to make sure everybody was getting their groceries that they needed. What can happen is, like, let's say I started rescuing, quote unquote, horses. I would grab some horse from some place that was being starved, and I put that horse on my place with all the other horses, and then a neighbor takes a look at that horse and goes, oh no, she's starving those horses. They call the sheriff, and the sheriff and his good old boy buddies will come out. They will terrorize those horses by roping them and dragging them into a trailer. They will remove all the horses from the property. They will do all that without a hearing, without a judge's orders. All because somebody drove by and saw a horse that was skinny in the pasture and didn't get the backstory that that the owner of that place was rescuing that horse from a place where it was starving. And the problem is, you can't just start giving them free feed. You can't do that. You will cause more harm than good. You have to very carefully start giving them, it's protein, it's alfalfa. They do best on their recovery if you're feeding them alfalfa, and it takes time before their body condition starts to look right. But the unknowing will come by and say, oh look, they're starving that horse, and the sheriff will show up. They will rope those horses. I know they showed up to one gal's place who had one skinny horse she was rescuing, and they were roping those horses, which, you know, had them all in a panic. And her colt, her prize colt, after he was roped and drugged, broke his leg. And they, you know, there were no consequences for the sheriff's buddies. It's criminal what they do to people there. Yeah, there are rescues where they bring in these horses and then they get into a bad position because they can't afford to save all the horses they've brought in. And then people will sit around on Facebook and start talking about how she's abusing these horses and neglecting them. And that's when I get really angry and I get on there and say, I tell you what, big mouths, you armchair jockeys, I dare any of you to show up there with a bale of alfalfa hay. I dare you. And nobody ever takes me up on it. Why don't you help instead of hurt somebody's reputation? Yeah, she got in over her head. And that's usually the story with these rescues. They get a little in over their heads. And then they have more horses than they can feed. Mackenzie River. Just went over the Mackenzie River. That is a beautiful river. And we are starting to come into Eugene and Springfield. Look at the pumpkins! There's a pumpkin field out there. I've been good, Lori. How have you been? I'm eating my mid-morning second breakfast. I might have a third later on. I don't know. That plate's pretty full. It'll take me a couple hours to eat that. And then I think, I'll probably be done. That pork and steak. Oh, I gotta slow down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. We're in Eugene. About 20 minutes I'm going to end the live and do my I'll be listening to worship service. That's pretty good steak. That was not bad at all. And I think that was the chuck steak. It's not a chuck eye and it's not a rib eye, it's just a chuck steak. And those can be a little chewy. That one turned out pretty good. Pretty dang good. That's a pretty color on that pickup that this one by. I like it dark, like burgundy, the deep red. Okay, I did not get fuel when I left, so I'm almost down to 3/8 of a tank on fuel. But I did fill the DEF before. I rolled up to the DEF pump and filled that up last night. However, nobody panic. I am 46 miles away from my fuel stop. How are you doing, Cam, and what are you crocheting? My lane is ending. I'm getting over. See? Watch this. This is how you do it. You don't wait until the lane ends. You get over when you can. And don't become part of the problem where the lane ends. That's how you're supposed to drive. Of course, today it's easy. It's Sunday and there's not nearly the traffic there usually is. Two hats. Cool. Kim on Ladybug. Okay. Hi. Kim on Ladybug. We are doing great here today. We're talking about crochet and listening to me complain about other drivers. And I'm eating my second breakfast of the day. I'm drinking that pecan coffee. Oh my goodness. Joyce. Oops. Oopsie. I was leaning on it. Leaning on it. I'm scaring everybody. Everybody relax. I won't kill anybody. I promise. I'll try not to. How are those two babies today, Joyce? Hopefully you don't have to go to work today. Oh, everybody hide. Robin's coming. Everybody hide. I am drinking salty chocolate pecan coffee. Fun. How do they do two of them? Especially solo dogs, it seems like I did them a disservice when it comes to usually don't have to work weekends. In fact, I'm off. Oh, good. Work is our lifetime curse. It is the curse of our lives. We have to labor and toil all of our days. I am going through, I just went through Eugene, and Eugene and Springfield are pretty much the same thing. It's kind of like Portland and Gresham. They're pretty much the same thing. Portland and Beaverton. Walleton and Tigard. Excuse me. Yeah, I think my last two dogs, I really did a disservice. There wasn't enough socialization. There wasn't enough opportunity for socialization living this lifestyle in the truck. You know what? You just thought you could sneak on here without me finding. You know, I did. I thought we were pretty incognito. Talk your turkey out of the furnace. We have 2 inches of snow this morning. Yep. You're in Spokane. I mean, you're dang near to Canada. Everybody, you better put on your seatbelt, Robin. I mean it. Don't be a Stephanie. Oh, Marion's here too. Hi, Marion. I'm just driving all over the place, taking backing up both lanes, scaring everybody to death. Almost all the girls are here. Not everybody's here. We're missing a few, but almost all of them are here. We are an hour north of Roseburg, but we are 39 miles away from Rice Hill, where I'm going to get fuel. But and started the, I don't know what you're saying. When I was getting ready to roll, yeah. So it's 10:18 a.m. right now. At 10:30, so here before too long, my church will go live, and I'm going to attend services while driving. And also, then I'm going to go get fuel at Rice Hill. But you know, when I was naming all those projects, at some point, like in December, I might do a quick written pattern of something, a cowl, something, with that Happy Place yarn I was showing yesterday, and do a tutorial on that. So that will go up sometime next year. I like that Happy Place yarn. I'm looking forward to getting my hands all in it. And I have a tutorial to do on the wrap I'm doing with the Cotton Kings Impossible to Use yarn. It's fun! I probably should have paired that with a 3-weight of some kind. Or another 2-weight. Maybe I should have done 2 strands of that. I don't know. It's tough to work with. So I need to do a tutorial on that. Tutorial on all these free patterns I've published. Oh, and in the bottom of the description box again today is the pattern, the written pattern for the thermal stitch potholder that I love so much. Maybe next time I go live, I'll either do that one again, or I'll put in there the written pattern for the popcorn hot pad, and one of these days I'll do the which is a free download on Ravelry, the popcorn hot pad, and also the puffy wasp nest. That's a free download. Would you? Yes. So I need to get that last one. I keep saying I'm going to get that thing edited and published and get all the pictures. Oh, you need the link for the camera arm? I didn't send that to you? Okay, yeah. Yeah, I got to send you that link for the camera arm. I've got it right here next to me. I haven't taken it out of the box. It's back there on the box. I haven't used it yet, but yeah, I got a lot that I need to use that for. I'll send you that link. Famous last words. I'll remember to do that. Just like I remembered to do it 2 days ago. So I keep saying I'm going to get that last pattern that was tested. Joyce, you got into the Discord group, right? If not, the link is in the description box. That 3-in-1 kitchen linen, I need to get that with the final edit, especially on that border, turning the first corner of the border. PDF and upload it to Ravelry to offer for a free download. That's something I gotta do. I got a to-do list. But Robin, I haven't failed on the ornaments yet, because tomorrow's the 20th, right? I'm going to be sitting, and hopefully tonight I will get them all. Yep, Paula's still working on it. That's okay. I'm excited to see it. That is absolutely okay. Tonight I need to get them all in the cards, and the cards, you know, written on. Merry Christmas, love Dana. You know I'm not real creative that way. Get all the envelopes addressed and get them ready, and then I can Uber to the nearest post office tomorrow when I get parked, because it'll be pretty early in the day. Run to the post office, get those out, and then get back to the truck and get rolling to Stockton in time for an evening delivery. In fact, I'm going to go in a little early. See if I can't get in early. So I have not failed on the Christmas ornaments yet. Okay, yeah, you're there. Yeah, I remember saying hi to you when you came in. Okay, so the next test is either going to be the Wiggly Crochet Hot Pad or the Mosaic Apache Tears potholder. Everybody's voting on that for the next test. Robin got it done, and it's been a learning experience, and unfortunately Robin was the guinea pig that really clarified some of those postage issues for us. So I appreciate that, Robin, that you were the one, unfortunately, who had to go through that with the first couple ones. But now we know, right? Now we know. She paved the way for the rest of us to mail those to Canada. And shared that experience with us. There are a lot of really overweight horses in that field. That is just as bad, if not worse, than underfeeding a horse. Yes, it was a learning experience, and I appreciate what you've gone through there. But if we do this again next year, don't ask, don't tell. Yeah, pretty much. If we do this again next year, which I hope we do, I'd like to see more promotion on it next year. But you know, now we don't. Now we don't. I'm just going to tell them they're novelty Christmas cards, just like those musical ones. Okay, you guys, I now have to go because worship service has started their live stream there at the Oregon City Church of Christ, and I participate in that while I'm going down the road. So, it was good to see all of you. Oh, there's a doe over there. She's eating like crazy. She's hungry. And maybe I'll go live tomorrow morning when I roll out. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hopefully I can get some of these to-do things that have been on my mind all morning. I won't forget my fuel. Thank you, Kim. Hopefully I can start to get some of these things checked off in the next week. Okay? guys. Bye.